behind the
I don't
rock?
understand.
What's the intention behind the rock, Mark? That's what we're asking. What's the intention behind the rock?
Oh
Because
my
not all
God.
rocks have water
Okay,
running through them. I don't know if
right,
you
right.
are aware of
Okay.
this.
So volcanic. Let's go with volcanic rock.
Okay, what's the
All
intention of
right.
volcanic rock?
You're talking about. Oh my gosh.
Just let him finish. Let him hang
Igneous
himself.
rocks.
I'm broadcasting now. Let him hang himself. Give him all the rope he needs.
Okay.
What is the intention behind volcanic rock, Mark?
There's many different wonderful things
That happen
due to.
after volcanic rock is formed. So what is the intention behind volcanic rock? What is
Oh
the
my
intention of volcanic rock?
God.
What about volcanic
It,
rock that never accomplishes anything like Mars? Mars has volcanic rock. What is the
says
intention of
who?
the volcanic
Says
rock of
Mark,
who?
Mars?
Mark. Intention implies a thinking agent, right?
It
So if
has
you're
to,
saying there,
definitionally.
yeah, if you're saying there's intention behind the existence of rock, where is this thinking agent that made the rocks exist?
And Mark, before you answer, this may be a good time for a definition. Intention as defined as something that has a goal or a plan. And what we're trying to tell you is that rocks do not plan. They do not have a goal. Yes, you're right. There are different types of rocks that perform different functions, but rocks themselves do not have a goal or a plan.
They're just events. I wouldn't even call them
And they
Yeah,
don't
functions.
I
need a
wouldn't say the rock,
plan
and
because
the
the
rock doesn't
creator has
perform.
the plan.
Yeah,
Why
the
does
rock
the
definitely
rock need
doesn't
to have a
perform.
plan?
But you have to demonstrate the plan. What's the plan for the rocks?
The same reason there's oysters
Why are there
or
oysters?
other
Why
animals
are there other animals?
or plants.
Why are there not just humans? If humans were the goal, why are there just not humans? Why are there not just humans?
Because it's a wonderful orchestra that
Well, no, because of
works
evolution,
together.
buddy. It's because of
It just
evolution.
reminds me of the
No,
puzzle in a
has
hole.
nothing to do with
Of
evolution.
course, every biology has to do with evolution. That's just silly.
Zero. You were
You,
Mark.
taught that in
I can
school.
demonstrate evolution to you right now in your own worldview because you cannot have the
Okay.
ark without
Go ahead.
evolution. Do you believe
Shoot.
in the ark?
Shoot.
Do you believe in the Noah's Ark thing?
Oh my
Was
god.
was
All
every
right.
species alive
Why?
today
No,
on
no,
the
no,
Noah's Ark?
nobody can make boats? What are you
Was
saying?
every species alive today on Noah's Ark?
Oh my god.
Was every species alive today on Noah's Ark?
So um you came
So
from
it's
an
a yes or no
amoeba
question I'm
and
asking.
that
So
amoeba made
Mark,
all of these
it's a yes or no question I'm asking. You're muted now. Was every species alive today on the Ark? You have to unmute to answer the question.
And an amoeba is a single-celled organism,
Not
but
always.
it's not the basis of all things. There are other single-celled organisms like parameciums.
Fungus and amoebas have been shown to exhibit the ability to go multicellular. So, Mark, you have to unmute to answer the question. Unmute.
so you
No, it's a
are
yes or no
again
question.
wanting a
Mark, stop,
simple
stop,
answer
stop,
which doesn't
stop. No, I'm
exist.
gonna mute you again. Listen, it's a yes or no question, buddy. Were all species alive
For
today?
you it is.
Were all? It's a yes or no question. Period.
No, it's not.
Demonstrate a third option.
Oh, when a horse makes a mule mates with a mule
That's
comes.
not a species. So listen, can you
It
demonstrate?
is actually.
It's not a species. So were all species alive today on the Ark? And if that's the answer, then it's just no.
You're wrong.
It's either yes or no, and if we can make new species now, it's no.
Things mix with other things and create new things.
No such thing as creation, but can't. So you're saying that not all species alive today were on the Ark? Is that what you're saying?
You got it.
Okay, so
They didn't
where
bring the
did they come
fish.
from? Where did the new
They didn't bring
species
the
come
fish.
from? What?
Look at all the stuff that was in the sea.
So where did the new species on land come from? Because there's no
They
more
didn't bring
there's no
all
more
the
giant
birds either.
there's no more giant sloths, but we still have sloths. So where did the new species come from?
They survived the flood.
Nothing survived the flood. Only what was on the ark survived the flood.
How do you know what's
Well,
on the ark?
And in the ocean, apparently, even though it would kill them.
What's on the ark, anyways? Where'd you get that information from?
Bible.
The animals came into
I asked him if he
bite
believed in the
into
flood. He
rock.
said yes.
there's actually a bunch of historical and religious books that mention the Great Flood.
I don't
So
care about his.
But, like,
what I care
have
about
they
is evidence on the
mentioned every
ground.
animal
Hang on,
there?
Enigma. I'll let you go right after. Or was
evidence
that
on the
Jay?
ground,
So
like
stop,
the
stop, Matt,
watermarks on the
Mark,
pyramids.
Mark, stop. So what we have is a bunch of geological evidence that says that it's impossible for a global flood to ever have happened. So
So
no,
it was
we don't have evidence for a
regional.
flood.
So it was regional, maybe.
Then it's not a global flood, so it's not the flood of the Bible.
Yeah. So, well, in
It's not
where
Noah's flood if
those
it's not a global flood. It
people-
says it was higher than the highest mountain.
Yeah, it does. It did say that to
It
the
does say
people
that. Did
that
it
wrote
just stop
the
at
Bible.
Egypt? Was there a wall of water at Egypt? Because Egypt didn't notice this flood. They were writing before, during, and after.
Yeah. How many Chinese wrote parts of the Bible?
0, because religions are regional.
Go there. You go.
Yeah, religions are regional. That's a point against you, not for you. Just so you know.
Why? Why is that against
Because
me?
physics is not regional. You can do the same experiment in Russia that you can do in America, and you'll get the same results. With religion, it's just made up. It's just whatever that region.
Like the
made
speed of
up.
light is constant.
What?
Where was the sea
Hang on,
creatures?
Phoenix. Hang on, whoever that is. Give me 1 second. Mark said something I wanna ask about. What'd you say, Mark?
Like the speed of light is constant.
Yes, that's a fact. The speed of light is constant
Bullshit.
in a vacuum.
When it oh really?
Yeah.
And when it goes through water?
Water's not a vacuum.
You
got vacuum. You got water. You don't have a vacuum.
So it's not
if you have water,
constant.
listen,
It doesn't have a constant
Mark. If you have water, you don't have a vacuum.
You don't have a vacuum on Earth either.
No, we don't. We have a vacuum in space, though.
But how?
We
so
can
then,
create vacuum on
How
Earth.
is the speed of light
This is
constant on
silly.
Earth?
We
It's
can
not.
create
And
vacuum on Earth.
It's not.
he
It changes
said,
frame rate.
yes,
It
the
changes.
light is also affected by gravity and other such
It changes
phenomena.
because that it bounces between
But-
electrons. It doesn't change its
Yeah.
speed. Its speed does not change. The way it moves through the medium changes. It's the medium that it's moving through that changes it. It's not the light that changes. The speed of light is the same. It just it goes from electron to electron to electron instead of in space where there are no electrons.
Yada. Excuses.
No,
We
this is
can
just
create
fucking
vacuum
physics.
on Earth, Mark.
This is just fucking physics, Mark. If you deny physics, you're just an idiot.
No, I'm not. I
If you deny
question
physics, you're an
physics.
idiot. Someone's got their hands up.
You are an idiot for not questioning stuff that was imposed on us 100 years ago.
No, I do question it. I've measured these things myself. You don't have to worry about it. I double checked.
Over what distance?
The speed of light? The distance is irrelevant, but I've measured the speed of light
Ah,
personally. so
but
you can
it
just-
actually is relevant
It's not okay. Why is it relevant?
because it's not constant. It depends on the medium.
That's an
There's a-
assertion, and
there's
no.
What?
Why is it not constant? Why does it change through the medium? Why does the speed of light change through the medium?
So, Mr. Genius, why don't you do your own experiments?
I've done them. I know why. Why do you think that the speed of light changes through a medium?
Because there's no light at the bottom of the ocean.
No. What is the mechanism that causes light speed to change through a medium?
Why are we focused on whether or not the speed of light is constant?
Because this guy's
if
an
there's
idiot.
something,
He wants to
I
give a
think-
young Earth argument because
I think
that's
that we're
the only-
diverting from the topic at hand. There was a claim that there's intention behind rocks, so we need to focus on that instead of diverting.
I agree, but I mean I'm fine with the diversion.
Or
So
simply
why
come
is
to
there
a
gold in
or
rock?
simply come to a conclusion that we're going to have to agree to disagree. Some of us believe
No,
there
they're
is
just
no
wrong.
intention whatsoever behind a rock.
Mine.
Some of you believe there is intention behind a rock. Nobody's going to change their position. If we all agree on that, then we can move on.
Well, no, they're just
Exactly.
wrong. I'm not
Unless, of
wrong.
course, Donald wants to do what Donald wants to do, which is
Yeah.
fine with me because I'm just here in a support position.
Yeah, because they're just wrong. I'm correct. I'm not wrong about this. They
Then
can't
why
do it.
don't you
I
every
agree with
single
you, pal.
day?
And by the way, y'all, if you think I'm kissing his ass when I disagree with him, and I have, I'm happy to say it.
And we talk about it immediately after, don't we?
Yes, sir.
And either
Henry,
I
why
agree with
why are
you or
you
you
here
agree
every
with me at the
day?
end of the conversation, correct?
Say that one more time.
Either I agree with you or you agree with me by the end of the
How
conversation,
do you know
correct?
he's here every day?
With one exception.
I
With one
see
exception,
his
Donald.
room every day, so
You
Sure.
see him here every day, so why are you here every day?
Who are
I
you
don't know,
talking
man. I'm
to?
wasting my time. I'm not here every day.
Jay, I
No,
No.
think.
you're
I
right.
think she's talking to Jay.
Wait. I'm gonna get
We
off.
only have one topic, which we really haven't talked it out for very long.
Theists want to talk about everything except for their God.
Donald, the one thing that you and I have not worked out, but we haven't tried very hard, is that I do not believe that you can prove God does not
See,
exist.
I think I can.
My point exactly.
Yeah. See, I think that so every important God that I've ever encountered has been a creator, and I can disprove creation, so I can disprove a creator God.
I can't disprove a unicorn exists or the Hoobida Goobida Girl, the flying spaghetti monster. I can't disprove any of those things because I've never, seen anything of that at all. So when I say I can't prove a God exists, that doesn't mean to say, sorry, I can't disprove a God exists. That doesn't mean to say that I'm wrong. It just means to say, how can you disprove something you've never even had a need to understand
That's the
or
problem.
observe because it's not even there?
That's the problem.
Yes,
Once it
yes,
comes to
yes,
religion,
Enigma. I'll take it. I'll take it one step further. I do not believe anybody can prove God exists. I do not believe anybody can prove that God does not exist.
so that's the problem. When it comes to religion, they make claims about reality, and you can test claims about reality, and all of them fail. So you can disprove the gods that have religions easily. It's just trivial. And then all you have to do is disprove creation, and I can disprove creation, and then all creator gods are gone. And if you find a not creator God, I'm just not going to think that that's God, because it didn't make the universe.
So according to the law of contradiction, if
Non-contradiction.
a religion or a claim of a god existing that contradicts its own nature or its own existence,
Cannot exist.
that to me is nonsense. So yes, you can disprove things like that.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
can disprove things.
Do
I
you
don't even
believe
have
in
a
the Big
problem
Bang,
If I
disproving
can,
Donald?
things. What? Someone said my
if
name.
I can weigh in for a second,
Who said my name first, and then you can
uh,
go? All right, the guy not saying. Go ahead. The guy who said, "Can I weigh in?" Go ahead.
yeah, I just wanted to say, like, how can you believe something existed uh, for eternity, right? It's like
Well,
eternal
because
life.
energy
It
can't be
always
created.
existed.
Energy can't be created or destroyed, so it is eternal. So energy is
Yeah,
an
no one's saying
eternal
that
thing.
eternal life existed, though,
No,
right?
not
You're
eternal
mistaken
life.
there. Yeah, that's what Bra
No, no,
said.
no. I
So
mean, like, according to the
Sir,
biblical
sir, do you have a
scriptures,
crowd? Sir, do
any
you
of
have a
this.
crowd around? Do you have a crowd around you?
Okay.
Okay.
No, that's a question. Do you have a crowd around you?
Yes, I do.
If you could move to a quieter place, it would make the conversation a
Oh,
lot
it's
better. Thank you.
background noise. Got it. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah, there's a lot of background noise, but at the moment it wouldn't be possible, so I'm just
All right,
gonna
let's just go
mute
with it.
my
It's
mic.
fine for now. It's fine for now. So, yeah, we were talking about creation, right? I like talking about creation. It's like my favorite topic. I spent
So
35 years
you
disproving
believe in the
creation.
Big Bang?
I
Well,
don't
if
have to. I
energy
don't have
can't
to.
be
I don't have to simply
created
believe.
or destroyed.
I don't have to simply believe in it. I have mountains of evidence for it. I have
Really?
predictions. Yeah, I have predictions that were confirmed. I have evidence that has been observed. I have all kinds of mathematical evidence. It's amazing the amount of evidence there is for the Big Bang. I spent 35 years trying to disprove the Big Bang. Couldn't do it.
That's very funny.
Why?
Why? So when something explodes, it moves.
Wasn't an explosion, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
So you misunderstand the Big Bang.
You
You
want
haven't
to
even
you
looked
want to
into it.
explain?
So they're called annihilations, and they were quantum effects. They were not large-scale like expansions of mass. What happened were annihilations and space-time itself replicating. and getting bigger. So an explosion is like a particular amount of mass expanding very quickly into a larger amount of mass. That's not what happened. What happened were annihilations that drive the omega to 1. Which you're not going to understand that, but it's okay.
So there wasn't a big mass that became a bunch of little masses?
Nope, that's not what happened. And that's not what an explosion is. It's an expansion. It's just like an expansion of mass is what an explosion is. Just the rapid expansion of mass is what an explosion is.
But
That's
what
not
about
what
black holes? How do you explain those?
I can
I'm
explain.
always curious.
I can explain them with general relativity. It's very easy. So whenever so much mass in one area gets heavy and gets like massive enough, then there's so much gravitational energy that the light can't even escape. That's a black hole. We have pictures and videos of them.
Only God can create.
Nothing's ever been created, so God can't exist.
How does he do it? Does he have a magic wand?
Demonstrate creation.
God is able to do all things.
Demonstrate that
Okay.
creation is possible.
Yeah.
So when we keep talking about creation, right? Are we talking about making something out of things that already exist, or
That's not
ex
creation.
nihilo? Hang on.
That's not.
Or ex nihilo creation, like making something out of nothing. How does that happen?
Yeah, and I
Only
want
God
to
can do
piggyback.
that.
I want to piggyback on what JCC just asked Donald, because Donald, when you ask about creation, and again, I may be overstating the obvious, but every time a new life is created, a baby, isn't that creation,
No,
or
it's
am I?
just building stuff from other stuff. We eat.
No,
So
it's
that's
build
from
not
babies.
creation.
mother.
No.
If you could hang on just a second, sweetheart. So that's not creation in your mind.
No,
correct?
that's just building stuff from other stuff. I don't think that building stuff from other stuff is
Okay,
creation.
got it. When you talk about creation, you're talking about specifically something new appearing that's never appeared before. Is
What I'm-
that correct?
Not really. So let me answer your
Okay,
question very specifically. My definition of creation is the bringing into the existence of the universe, generally by a god. That's my definition of creation. Nothing else matches creation except for bringing into existence of the universe.
Yeah, and only God can do that.
Well, demonstrate that God can do that. Demonstrate that
That
anything
makes
can be
sense.
brought into existence. Demonstrate one thing being brought into existence.
How can I demonstrate that?
It's impossible. Nothing's ever been brought into
Exactly,
existence.
you
It's
can't.
too late. It already happened.
No, it didn't happen. It's never happened.
It's an argument from ignorance. It's saying you don't know
I
how
do
the
know.
universe. No, I'm talking about
Yeah, I know
oh
you're
my
talking about
goodness,
them, but
the
I
X.
do know how the universe happened.
Yeah,
I don't.
but
It's
this
not.
this is the
I
thing.
know.
This is where people get the idea of God because they don't understand the physics. They don't understand,
I
the
agree. It took me
maths,
35
which
years
is
to understand
fine.
the earliest moments of the universe. I spent 10 years studying 1 second. 1 second of the universe's universe. I spent 10 years studying it. That's how much shit happened. And none of it had anything to do with a god. Sorry, Enigma. Go ahead. I apologize for interrupting.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask the lady, is it BX?
Yeah.
Hiya. Can God sin?
Can God what?
Sin.
The paradoxical question, sister.
No, it's a
Oh,
contradictory.
okay, so
Paradoxes
God
are not
can't do everything
contradictions. They're
then.
different things.
Yeah, it's a okay, fine. It's a contradictory.
So that thing
question.
doesn't exist.
What doesn't exist?
The thing that has the contradiction can't exist. So your God is disproved.
That's according to your
With
belief.
one
If God
question,
can
with
do
one
things
single
that
question, your
can't
God is
sin.
disproved.
Yeah,
Not
that's
really,
it.
no.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%
So-
your God is disproved. If your
Why?
God is
If you
all powerful
want
and
me to
cannot sin, then
answer,
it's
I
not
can
all powerful.
answer.
It doesn't
I can answer the
exist.
question. Enigma asked me, can God sin?
Yes,
Well, God, all right, that's fine. God is the most wise.
but
That's what I have
can
to
it
say.
sin?
Sinning, give me a moment. Sinning
Is it all
is
powerful?
is
Is it
wait, let me finish.
omnipotent?
Donald,
Is your God omnipotent?
can you let me finish?
No, is your God omnipotent? Then you can
Yes,
finish.
he is.
Okay, so if it
Yes,
can't
yes.
sin, it's not all powerful.
Not, but that question itself is contradictory.
I know, because your
Can-
God doesn't
Can he
exist.
sin? I can't answer that question for you. I can't
No,
answer
you
it. I
can't
don't
because
know.
it's a contradiction.
I don't know.
It's not an I don't
The
know.
reason
It
why
cannot
it's a
exist.
contradiction.
It's not I don't know. We do know.
Yeah.
It cannot
No, I
exist.
don't know.
The reason why it's a contradiction isn't because my question is contradictive.
Because
It's
the
the fact that
attributes
your
are.
statement that God is all powerful, can do all things, is
But
the thing
cannot
that
sin.
is in the error here.
Can it make a burrito too hot to
God
eat?
has described himself according to the Islamic belief as the most
I couldn't
just.
care less about scripture. You're
Sinning
gonna have to do something
according
other
to
than
the
scripture.
because
I can disprove
sin is a religious
scripture.
thing.
If you
Sin-
personally can't disprove scripture, you're just ignoring the contradictions.
How is it that when I'm answering, you're allowed to interrupt me, but when you're
Because when
answering,
you
I'm not
invoke
allowed?
scripture, you're gonna be wrong always. You cannot invoke scripture
It's
here.
sin.
I do not allow
Why are
scripture. I do
atheists even
listen.
allowed to say
I'm
the word
answering your
sin?
question. I do not allow scripture as an answer here.
And can she not bring up scripture in her question, please?
I would like to
I
respond to
didn't
your.
bring up
I would like,
scripture.
dear. I would like to
Did
respond. I would like to respond to your question. Why are atheists even allowed to use the word sin? The
We
answer
don't.
is. The answer is because and I'm an atheist. I know the definition of the word sin, and I know how to properly use it in a sentence. That's the answer
great.
to
So
your
I
question.
And
can't
sin
use
is
another word for a
imaginary,
religion.
so we can talk about imaginary things all day. Like I can, Steve. Would you like to have a conversation about unicorns? Do you think that unicorns fart rainbows or shit rainbows, or both?
So I don't know why you're going away from the topic at hand. Enigma
Because I'm
asked a
trying to
question.
demonstrate that you can talk about imaginary things. Done.
Why did you
Great.
go away
Therefore, I
from the
can talk
topic
about
when
my
you asked
religion.
why
Yeah.
atheists should be allowed to use the word sin? Why did you go away from
Then
the
I
topic?
should then I should be able to say that God has described himself as the most just and the most wise.
All
Why
right.
is that
Well,
different to her
can
using
God
the word
sin?
sin?
The
That's the
most
question.
wise, but that doesn't
Can
mean
your
to say
No,
all
he is all
powerful do
man
wise.
anything
or
God
women
sin?
sin.
Can your all powerful do
God
anything
can
God
sin.
sin?
I can't say anything about what God can and cannot
Oh,
do.
you don't know
If you
No,
don't
I'm not
know, how
divine
asking.
can you say
hiddenness.
that
I
God
just can't
exists?
understand. Was it theological nihilism? Is that what it reduces to?
Guys, are you actually bringing this as an argument? Like,
But
with all
if
due
you don't
respect, that's the
understand,
If
if
you
you
silliest,
don't
don't
understand the
know
silliest.
ways of God, if you
something,
don't understand the ways of God, how can you tell me anything about God?
yeah,
Excuse me,
if you're
what are
saying
you
you
even
can't
talking
say
about?
anything about God, how do you even know he
There's so
exists?
many things we don't know about him. What the hell? What are you talking
What do we?
about?
Okay, what
What
don't I
is it
know
that we
about
do?
God?
Hang on, Enigma. What is it that we do know about him?
He
Do we know?
revealed to
Do we
us.
know it has a penis?
You're
This is a very
you
silly,
silly.
disrespectful question, in my opinion. No,
So
he doesn't.
what is it that we do
From
know
my
about this God that you don't know whether or not it
that he's
can
everything he tells us.
Why is
Everything he
having a
tells us.
penis
Well, that's the
disrespectful?
problem.
you
That's the
call it
problem.
a
Nothing should
hymn?
be
I'll answer it.
You
nothing.
call it a
Nothing
hymn?
should be disrespectful in an argument
You
because
call it a
these guys are
That's
hymn?
presenting you
fine.
in
Let
an
me answer
argument.
then. Let me answer. You said,
Don't y'all
does God
define
have a
him as having a penis? Isn't that what y'all define him as?
Let me answer you. You're asking me if God has a human body part, correct?
Well, we know the Bible says that he
Yeah,
does have
that's
human
fine.
body
In
parts.
my religion, it says
The
"Laysa
crayon says the
kamithlihi
same
shay."
thing as the Bible
Can
that
you let me finish? Are you like, do you have ADHD? Why do you keep
the
interrupting?
God Allah has body parts, so we don't have to worry about that.
No.
The
Yeah.
crayon does say that it
According to
has
my
body
belief,
parts.
no, because you're
Yeah,
coming
it
here
does.
with different sects of Islam. I'm telling you according to
I don't
my
care
belief.
about your personal belief. I care
But
about
that's
what the
Why are
book
you
says.
having
If
to
you're
subjective.
answer
gonna
that question?
if you're gonna invoke scripture, you have to go
Me
with
a question
what
about
the
my
book
God,
says.
and
The
you
book
don't want me to
says
It's not your God, it's
the
your belief
crayon says that
system.
God has
Please.
body parts, so we don't have to worry about that.
You have no understanding of what even
I've
that
read the
means.
fucking crayon.
Why is she so upset?
Then
I
let
mean,
me
if you have a belief in a God and it's supposed to give you peace, why are you upset about our opinion
I'm not
of your
upset. I
opinion?
just like any other human being. I
I've
don't
read the
like
fucking
hypocrites.
crayon.
Donald hates when people interrupt him, yet he's
No, I
interrupting me.
don't.
You won't
I
even
don't
let me
hate it when
finish a
people
sentence.
interrupt me. You
Then
know what
let
I
me
hate?
finish.
You know what I hate? I hate it when people interrupt me when it's not
Whatever, you're
valid
still
to interrupt. There
interrupting.
are
That's the
valid
point.
reasons. Stop talking. There are valid reasons to interrupt. I hate it. Stop talking. There are valid reasons to interrupt, and I hate it when people interrupt for not valid reasons.
Then why the fuck are you asking me questions if you don't like the answer you're hearing?
It's not that I
didn't
don't
even
like
get
them.
to
You're
answer
just
you.
making shit up that's not in the crayon.
Why are you okay? You're
It's
asking
the
about my religion,
Quran,
correct?
bro,
You're
not the
not a
I know
Quran.
Muslim.
What are you
exactly how
talking
to
about?
pronounce crayon. Thank you.
You're asking a Muslim a question about
So
Islam,
do
and
you have to be a Muslim to understand the Quran?
but you have to be a decent human being
It's
to not be a
pronounced
hypocrite,
crazy.
right? Donald has issues. That's not my problem.
No, you don't have to be a decent human being. This is not true.
Also, I am a decent human being. Just
I
so you know.
said to not be a hypocrite. That is
I'm
completely
not a
true.
hypocrite.
Yes. I'm not gonna go and interrupt
How
other
is
people and
Donald?
have an issue when they interrupt me. That's called being a hypocrite.
Yeah, but
It's
Donald,
not being a
this is
hypocrite because
Donald's
I interrupt for
house.
valid reasons, not for
He's
invalid
emotional.
I'm just
reasons.
gonna
He thinks
say, can I,
everything he's saying is valid. That's why he's interrupting everyone.
as a guy's observing here, you know, I mean, this is kind of why a lot of believers don't like to talk to you atheists, because all you guys are sneer and snicker. You don't have good faith
y'all say
conversations
bullshit.
with us and
I don't
stuff.
like to. I don't
No,
like
bro,
to
you
tolerate-
can.
what
Hang
you're
on,
saying,
hang on,
hold on,
Mountain,
hold
is
on.
I'm
You
not
can,
gonna
No,
be
no,
guys.
hold on.
like you.
Don't tell me hold on.
Therefore, you're
I'm
getting
trying to say.
angry
You mind
and
if I
don't
finish?
understand.
Do you mind if I finish real quick?
I want to
They will
respond.
mind if
I want to
you
respond to
finish.
what you've already said. So shut up. So
Yeah,
no,
Donald.
Fine.
Donald.
Fucking
What
are you doing,
finish, you
Majed?
piece
Shut
of
the
shit. You're
fuck
way
up.
more important than I am. Way more important than I am. You go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you literally interrupted Donald in mid-sentence. What the fuck, Majed? Are you like, what's going on?
Sorry,
I
is
thought
Donald
that he
the thing
was
or something like
quiet.
that?
That's it. I thought
No,
that he
he
was
wasn't. You
quiet.
waited
I
for
was
him to start
literally
talking
in the
and then
middle of a
interrupted.
fucking sentence.
Maybe my connection. Sorry,
Oh my god.
I apologize.
But y'all are way more important than us atheists, so y'all get to go ahead.
Valid, let me interrupt you.
Because even in
I
my
am
fucking
sorry,
room,
guys.
you're
I'm
more
sorry.
important than me.
I'm not getting it, right?
Anyway,
Tone of the
I'm gonna
room.
finish what I was saying earlier.
No, I don't think you understand. That is the tone of the room. Is if you are if you say something the host doesn't like, the host is going to interrupt you. That's just the tone of the room. And if you don't like
Because he
it,
doesn't.
you
I'm
should
glad
probably
you
find.
admitted
You
it's
should
subjective.
probably
I'm glad
find.
you
You
admitted
should
that
probably
it's subjective.
find.
Just don't
You
kick
should
her. Don't kick
probably
her, okay?
find a different room to be in if you don't like that dynamic. Because you're not going to change that dynamic.
Well, then sit here and have a fucking echo chamber all you want. Fine.
This
We don't
is
give a
not
fuck.
an echo
It's an
chamber.
interruption chamber.
I hate
right?
talking to people who agree with me. I
But
despise talking to
I
people
can't
who
interrupt him.
T,
You
when we
because you're
agree-
running the fuck out of the room.
One sec.
One sec.
Everybody,
Welcome
one second.
to the
One
vibe.
second.
Now you've got the
One
vibe.
second. One
Now
second.
you figured
Everybody,
out
shut
what
up.
the room
Yeah,
is
we got the
about.
vibe. It's a
Everybody
fucking
shut
shit
up for a
How the
second.
vibe.
room is run. Now, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to continue to stay in the room, or are you going to go make?
I
your
mean,
own
you
room?
want to kill your own fucking club? Fine. We don't give a fuck. You don't have.
Club, you
You're not
fucking
having a
moron. What
debate,
the fuck?
bitch.
here for
You're not
It's
having
not
a
my club, you
debate.
fucking
You're
moron.
not having a debate.
Hello,
You
child.
are just
It's not my
talking
club.
to us.
It's
We
not my
heard you.
club.
We heard
It's
you. We
not
heard
my
you.
club.
We heard
Not
you.
my club.
You don't have to. You
Not
don't have.
my club.
We got it. We got it.
What the fuck,
We got
yo?
it. We got it.
Definitely not his.
The
We
reason
got it.
why Donald doesn't believe God exists because he's a fucking arrogant piece of shit. That's why.
I'm not the
Why
arrogant
do
All
you have
piece of
to
shit.
atheists
go
mostly
to
are.
That's
insult?
projection.
It's
I've
true.
never
There
met
was an
one
arrogant
people
statement,
that are
right?
atheists, man.
Don't believe
They
There was
tell
an
me what
arrogant
I
statement
fucking
saying
believe.
all atheists, right? All
Theists tell me
are
what
X.
I
There's an
believe.
arrogant statement
There's
right
nothing
there.
more arrogant than a fucking theist. You think the entire universe was
There's
created
nothing more
just for
arrogant than
you.
expecting people to not interrupt you and then interrupt them.
If I have a
Fucking
valid
bitch.
reason to interrupt, I'm
That's
gonna
what you're
fucking
doing.
interrupt.
You're arrogant. We're not.
You've been
arrogant.
interrupting
I tell
the
you
whole
that
time.
reason
No,
that you're
you're still not
interrupting is
getting
not
it. You will
valid.
be interrupted.
If I tell you that the reason you're interrupting
Why
is
is
not
it one
valid,
thing for you and
if
valid for
I
someone
tell
else?
you that the reason
Because
you're
he's the
interrupting is
runner of
not
the room,
valid, then
right?
it's not a valid
Well, then
reason
sit
to
here and
interrupt.
talk to the fucking stars. We don't give a fuck. You want to have a
You need to
conversation?
Elsewhere.
my
Go
lovely.
elsewhere.
Well,
Go
it's not
elsewhere.
it's
Go
not
elsewhere. Go
one-sided.
elsewhere. Go
You want to
elsewhere.
be heard
Go
or not?
elsewhere. Don't bitch about meta here.
He
If
doesn't
you want to talk about
be
your
heard.
God,
No,
that's
if
what
you
this
want
room
to
is
be heard,
for.
you're gonna have to play by
Fucking
the
meta
rules,
is not
right?
what this room is for. This room is not for fucking meta.
God damn, you're a fucking
If you
douchebag. I
want to
just
be
met
There
heard,
you,
is
you're
dude,
no
going to
and
God
I
have
to
would beat the
damn me
fuck out of you.
anywhere. Where am I
I
going
would
to be
beat the
damned
fuck
to
out
by
of you,
This
what
is the
bro.
God?
problem with religion.
You have two
become
options.
so animated about your psychotic delusions that you now want to beat people up.
I'm the
What's with
psychotic
that?
one. I'm the psychotic one.
Yes,
Wait, don't
you're
interrupt me. I'll interrupt
Mountain.
you.
Yes, you are apparently.
You
No,
can
no,
be
I'm
right.
the
Let's
psychotic one,
let's
Because
and I
let's
because
fucking
rather
admit it,
than
bro.
Be a hypocrite.
acknowledging
Thank
that the
you.
room owner wants to run the room his way, you're sitting here
Like
bitching
a
about it
baby.
rather than I'm not
Not
done
like a
yet.
baby.
Rather than going and making a new room all of your own where you get to set the rules.
I mean, you can
That's
start your
fucking
own.
Well, here,
psychotic.
but
right
listen,
there.
man,
That
we're
is
trying to have a
that is
Why is someone
conversation.
that is
trying to
genuinely
T,
God
do you want to have a
psychotic
No, let T
behavior.
conversation,
finish.
though?
Right?
I'm gonna make T a
Genuinely
moderator so he can
psychotic
shut you
behavior.
up if you don't just shut up yourself. Let T
Fuck
finish.
you, Donald. Fuck you.
Fuck
Move
me
me
in my
down,
own
bitch.
room. Fuck me all you
Kick
want.
me out,
Fuck
bitch. I
me,
don't
fuck
give a
me,
fuck.
me.
Kick me out, bitch. Go
I
ahead.
don't do that.
I don't care.
I don't do that.
I don't care because your room is shit.
I don't do
Then
that.
why are you
I'll
here?
leave myself. I don't care.
Yeah,
You
go
must
away.
be
Fucking
at
room
your
sucks.
hotel
Have a
then,
wonderful day.
Mountain.
Have a wonderful day in someone else's room.
fuck you, asshole.
Go
Have
away.
fun killing your own
You
fucking
come
room.
on
You're
here.
not having a
Bye-bye.
you're not having a
Bye-bye.
conversation.
Bye-bye.
You're just fucking talking to
Bye-bye.
people, bitch.
He's
Fuck
talking
you.
to himself.
Bye-bye.
Literally, that's what he's doing.
Oh no, they're gonna go and
You
protest.
say, convince me God exists, and then you interrupt people. What the
When
fuck?
you're
Like, what
wrong,
is
I'm
actually
gonna
wrong
interrupt
with
you. I'm gonna interrupt you as soon as you're
We've
wrong.
established
Why
that
do you need
already.
to
What are you
convince
doing?
you of
Oh my
anything?
God,
I'm wrong.
this is
Why
We
silly.
have
Let's
established that
reset.
already. What are you doing?
Let's
Can we
reset.
have
Take a
a
breath.
conversation that does not involve meta
Wait a
bullshit,
second.
please? I would love to
We've
drop the meta
established
bullshit,
she's going to
please.
interrupt you. What are you doing?
Yes, you
You're
will get
telling
interrupted in my
us-
room. You can
you're
interrupt me
telling
if it's
us-
valid. I don't fucking
Oh,
care. If it's
Yes,
valid,
you're
you
going to
can
get
interrupt me. But
interrupted.
what we're gonna
Cope
do
now.
as
Now
soon as
cope.
you interrupt me,
No. You're telling us to convince you God exists, yet you interrupt us.
You're
What do you
failing.
Oh my
actually
And you're
God!
failing despite the
Therapy.
interruptions. And you're failing despite the
No.
as
interruptions.
soon as you're
right?
wrong,
That's all.
as soon
You
as
are
you're wrong,
failing despite the interruptions.
I am
That's
wrong
your
according
fault.
to you, though. That's the thing. You need to
That is
understand
your
we have
fault
two
because you
different
are
gods.
failing despite the
Shush.
interruptions.
T,
You should do
wait.
a better job
Oh
in
my
spite of the
God. Oh my God.
interruptions.
I'm gonna have to make some
Yes,
This
you
is how
should.
it works.
Yes, you
person to the
should.
fucking
Yes,
audience
you
and
should.
conversation.
Yes,
I'm
you
not even
should.
listening
Yes,
to
you
you, with all
should.
due
Yeah, you
respect.
should do a
Okay,
better
so
job
so
because you are
stop.
not convincing us at all, right?
So
You're not doing
stop
nothing
talking
to
to this
convince
person.
us.
I
You're
want to
sitting
have a
here
conversation
bitching
with
and
T.
whining like a fucking child.
I
That's
need to
all
have a
you're doing.
conversation with
You're
T
not
for a second.
convincing
I
us
need
at
to
all.
have a conversation with T for a second. T. So when we're having a conversation and you're saying correct things, do I ever interrupt you in any other way besides needing a question for clarity?
No, not at all.
So when you say correct things in my room, I'm not going to interrupt you. As soon as you say something not correct, I'm going to fucking interrupt you because everything that you build on an incorrect statement is also incorrect. Just like I learned in 3rd grade. If any part of a statement is false, the entire statement is false.
Okay, now here's the point that I'm trying to make. These are the rules of the room. This is the super moderator who is setting
If he
the rules.
doesn't let
I'm
me
not done
finish,
yet.
how does he
I'm
know
not
it's
done yet.
correct?
I'm
No,
not done
I
yet.
don't-
I'm
Shut up
not
and let him
done yet.
finish.
I'm not done yet. I'm not
Yeah,
done
I'm just
yet.
going to move
I
you to the
am not
audience.
done yet.
Just gonna move
I
you.
am not done yet.
You're
I am
speaking
okay. If you're just going to interrupt
I'm
me,
gonna-
then
yes,
we
I
can't
am.
have a
Move the wrong person
conversation,
to the
can we?
audience.
Because you're just
You're
interrupting
being
me now,
incorrect.
right?
You're
You're
being
interrupting me. You're
I
interrupting
moved the
me,
wrong person
right?
to the audience. I'll bring you both back up, I promise. I'm sorry I moved the wrong person.
I'm sure that wasn't intentional to
It was
Enigma.
not. It
right?
was Enigma. I'm sorry,
You're
Enigma.
interrupting
I don't
me
have
at
my
this point,
glasses on.
right? Rather than listening to the fact that these are the rules that the mod has set forth. Stop bitching about it. Go to a different room if you don't like it.
I don't want meta anymore in my room. This is fucking stupid. I'm tired of talking about meta in my room. It drives me crazy. I'm trying to invite everybody up, but it keeps
Sorry
moving.
if I am interrupting or something, but can you see my picture?
No, give me a minute. I have to invite everybody up because I don't know who it was that I moved to the audience anymore. That was supposed to... I got Enigma back up. I'm sorry about that, Enigma.
Oh, I don't take offence to that.
Awesome.
If I'm being disruptive, move me to the goo. I'm
You
sure
are.
you'll
I
bring me
just don't
back
have my
up.
glasses on, and I clicked the wrong button. That's all.
Yeah, I think it was a misclick.
Yeah, it was
misclick
a
on
misclick.
Donald, I feel like
It's all good.
I feel like when you have an intellectual conversation with someone, it's just it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. It's just about your arguments, and I like your arguments, and
Well, I disagree, but okay.
I feel like they didn't put anything out there that was of value.
I agree with that. That I agree with. There's no theist that has a substantial argument that concludes God exists. That doesn't exist.
I have.
I've talked to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of theists in the last 40 years of my life, and not a single one of them has ever had a decent reason to believe in God, except for I was raised in it, or the book says.
No, I don't do that.
I don't care what you believe. That's
so
what
meaning
that's
for-
my
to
life
hear something
experience,
that
buddy.
could blow my
Your belief
mind.
has nothing to do with my life experience. Don't tell me that
Yes,
what
of
I've
course.
experienced in my life is false.
I didn't see that.
You
I
did.
didn't say
You
that.
said that right after I said, I have spoken to thousands of theists and none of them have a decent argument for God. You said, well, I don't believe that. Well, you cannot argue against my life
No,
experience.
I said I didn't do that.
What did you say?
You said that they quote a book or something, and I said I didn't do that.
That's not at all what the conversation was, so it doesn't matter. All right.
Have you seen my picture?
No.
This is made by Notebook LM. So you said that you didn't try it before, so I think that
What is it?
I just made it about reductionist and the phenomenological approach, but you can do it
Dude,
with
you
anything
just
you want.
saying that it's reductionist doesn't do anything at all. It doesn't do anything.
Okay. So this tool is very good because you can make infographics like this all the time.
I don't really care, but cool. So are there any theists
So
on stage?
Donald, you're kind of an asshole, but I like it, dude. I like you.
Okay, your opinion
Just to put it
about
out
me
there,
being an
man.
asshole is personal, and I don't really care. But thank you for liking me. Appreciate it. Subscribe to my
He's not an
YouTubes.
asshole.
I got YouTubes up at the top. Just subscribe to it.
He's a beautiful human being, a phenomenon.
Thank you.
Cannot be reduced into parts. That's Donald.
Reciprocated. You're a wonderful human also. But are there any theists on stage who want to defend the God that they believe in? That'd be cool. That's what I want to talk about. Not meta bullshit. I don't know who it was that I moved to the audience, but I think I invited them back up.
Am I audible?
Yeah, I hear you.
Why you don't believe in God, Donald?
I mean, can you demonstrate the God that you believe in to exist in objective reality in any way at all?
No, because
But you can't
creator,
do that, so I don't believe in it. I don't believe in anything. Hang on, stop. Right there. That's all I need. So I don't believe in anything that can't be demonstrated. Everything that I believe in can be demonstrated. Every single thing that I believe in can be demonstrated.
Okay, so
if you can't demonstrate
when
it,
you
I
walk
don't
on the
believe in it.
street, okay, when you walk on the street and you see a car in the streets, would you say this car created itself, or would you say there's a designer and creator for it?
There's never been an act of creation in the entire history of the universe. Demonstrate a single act of creation.
Okay, this car that you saw,
We
make
built
it
that car
or
from other
what?
stuff. We mined iron, we mined other metals, we mined things and built that car out of other stuff. Nothing was ever created. So, demonstrate a single act of creation in the entire history of the universe.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
think
bad analogy what you just did, because what you should have done is you should have chosen something that isn't designed like a tree. You wouldn't look at a tree and say, "Oh, look, somebody designed the tree to be that way." You look at the tree and you'd say, "Oh, look, the tree grew that way."
It evolved from seeds and other plants that were progenitors. You cannot have a tree. Okay, so here,
I think
you're a
what Donald
theist.
is trying to say is that
You're a
nothing.
theist. Hang on, you're a theist. I want you to give me a coherent description of a tree from the initial state. How did trees come
you're
to be?
speaking to who?
He's trying to say that there's no way something can come from nothing.
No,
It's
I'm not
just
saying that. I've never
it's
said that. I've never ever said that.
No, we
I
were
may have
taking
said
apart
that,
the
but
analogy.
that's not. It's just an analogy when I say it. No,
Right,
because
we were
we've
taking
never
apart the
studied
analogy,
nothing.
right.
We have no idea what nothing can or cannot do because nothing has never existed to study.
Right, we were taking apart the
No,
analogy.
I think
Lana
you
was
were
trying to make an
nothing.
analogy between cars and things that are designed, and I was pointing at trees and things that are not designed.
But they
would be a
think they
better
are.
analogy,
So
right?
what y'all say whenever you do the watchmaker argument is that you're looking at a watch that's sitting on a beach of watches with a sea of watches and a moon of watches and a sun of watches. It's all designed. Well, the way that I look at it, I can demonstrate that these things work on their own without being designed.
Yeah, they grow from seeds. They don't get designed,
Actually,
right?
yeah, he said that we don't have anything that comes from nothing. No, we have. You as a human being, you were
I didn't come from
nothing.
nothing. That's silly.
You know.
Yeah, that's
no,
My
quite silly,
mom
Donald.
ate food. My mom ate food, and the food
Donald
built
is
me.
definitely the rearrangement, the specific configuration, the rearrangement of a specific set of matter that then accumulated more matter. That's not nothing. That's his mom and
I'm a
his
sexually
and dad.
transmitted disease that
Right.
was a parasite on my mother for 10 months, and everybody
That-
thinks it's
that's-
9
that's
months
his
for some
mom and
reason.
his
I don't know why
dad.
40 weeks
Okay,
is 9
guys,
months.
Continuing
I
the
don't
continuum of
disagree.
life
I'm
through
DNA.
genetics.
We're
through
DNA.
genetic reproduction, right?
Okay, guys.
Genetic
You are
reproduction.
DNA. The
That's the thing you
first
missed
two
there,
things
right?
about you are an egg and a sperm, and those two things are pure DNA. You are DNA.
Okay, I don't disagree.
You are the
Before you
replication, the
being a
self-replication
sperm
of
and an egg.
You are the self-replication of a chemical system.
Okay, yes, I don't
Before you are a
disagree.
sperm and an egg, you are a Tommy's burger being eaten by Donald's mother. That's what you are, right? And then we go through this incredible process by which we grow things like sperms and eggs.
I mean, did you know that Denisovans may have eaten... No, Florenzians may have eaten hominids? There's not a lot of evidence. There's actually more evidence to the contrary, but it's funny. It's funny.
So we can trace the carbon molecule from the Tommy's burger all the way through to Donald. From his mom eating it all the way through to Donald. We can trace that carbon molecule, right?
Okay, let's forget
all I need
about
to know
us.
is the spectrum,
Who
and I could
created
probably
the
find the
first
star.
cell, Donald?
All I need is the spectrum, and I
first
could probably
cell.
find the star that some of my cells came from. Some of the atoms in my
Okay,
cells
the
came from.
first
I'll
cell
bet you
of
I could do
human
that. I'll
being,
bet
how
you
it
money I could
started.
do that. T, do you think that's possible? Because we'd still be able to see the star even if it went supernova billions of years ago if it was far enough away, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we were able to like put a tracker on one, then inevitably we.
There's
and
no
second
first.
of all, there wasn't a first cell.
There was never a first. Well,
What
yeah,
do
it'd be
you
a
mean
population,
by
even
there's
if
There
no
was a
first
first
cell?
population, right? Of Denisovans, of Homo erectus,
before
and they
that,
underwent
before that.
speciation as a population that eventually accumulated enough genetic discontinuity that we could no longer undergo sexual reproduction with our ancestral lineage.
That's just an
due
accurate
to
description.
changing allele links in the populations. One population had one allele length, and one population now had a different allele length,
We had a
preventing
fusion event.
Yeah, we had a fusion event, which changed the number of alleles, right? They changed the length of alleles, rather. And as a result, we are no longer able to sexually reproduce with our genetic ancestors.
There was a different
Right.
mutation. There was a different mutation.
Guys,
Hang on, I was in the middle of a sentence there. So there was
Okay.
a different mutation altogether that doubled the density of our neurons in our brain overnight. Just one mutation doubled the density of our neurons in our brain. That happened about the same time as we learned how to actually make fire and stone tools. That's kind of weird, right? Because
This
before
is a
that we were just
reductionist
harvesting.
approach.
We would harvest fire, right? So like if a lightning struck and fire, and we would keep fires going for years. The same fire going for fucking years. Because we didn't know how to make it, we just knew how to harvest it.
She asked a reductionist question, so we're giving her a reductionist answer.
I hate it when you say
Yeah,
that.
but my question wasn't about our ancestors or whatever
No,
you
it was
guys
who
mentioned.
created the first human cell. And we
Yeah.
pointed out why that's an invalid
That's not
question.
that
right?
doesn't make
No,
any
no, no.
sense.
Hold a
There's no such
second,
thing
hold
as
a
the first
second.
human cell. That
Okay,
doesn't make sense.
are we made of cells?
But there's no such thing as the first human cell. That doesn't make sense.
Right. There's only a first human population,
Sure.
which are in turn made of cells.
Single cells came 4.5 billion years ago. We've traced the Luca to 4.2 billion years ago. So that was like during the late heavy bombardment, the last universal common ancestor popped up. So we already had fucking life for at least, a while before that, because that's when the last common ancestor was 4.2 billion years ago. And they were single cells. But then it
She
took
dropped
until
off.
it was 1.8 years ago, 1.8 billion years ago, that the first multicellular organisms came about.
Yeah, as a result of cellular differentiation.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. There's lots of ways we've done it. We've done it through predation. We've done it through just repeated, clumping them together. You just, if the tides clumped them together every day, they would eventually turn into multicellular.
Differentiation
that's an
has
actually-
survival advantages. And so as soon as you have biodiversity in a population, you will have sufficient for survival, and then sufficient to explore different opportunities for survival. You will get cell differentiation and multicellular colonies. That's just what happens in nature, right?
Joanna, what were you going to say?
Oh, nothing. Good morning.
Good morning, Joanna. They want me to think that the spark
Hi,
of life
Joanna.
is supernatural.
I love.
These guys are silly. Life is supernatural. That's goofy. Everything
But
about life
you are
is
correct to
fucking
point
chemical.
out that it was a reductionist answer, because she asked a reductionist question. She wanted to reduce humans to a single cell and a ooh. That is reductionist as hell.
And it doesn't even make sense. You can't have a who with a single cell. I mean, not that we've ever noticed. I mean, microtubules are a thing, but they don't have really individuality.
Microtubules.
Guys, I have a quick question. Do you think that as life goes on, we would like go down the curve and turn into simpler
I
creations
don't see
or
why that would
simpler?
happen.
Let's not call it creation. It's not creation. Simpler organisms.
I don't see why that would
It's just
happen.
my question.
If the environment
Lucien,
demands
I've invited you up several times. Just come up. Just accept the invitation.
it, then traits will be lost in a population. That's called evolution.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
We have a genetic drift explains that quite nicely, actually.
Yeah. So, like, for example, hair, right? Humans are not nearly as hairy as their ancestors. That's a trait that got dropped along the way.
Well, we have the
in our
same number of
evolutionary
follicles.
path,
The hairs
right?
are just finer.
And finer and, minor
Softer.
blonde, right?
Yeah. Lots of them are blonde. You don't even see like half the hairs that you have because they're just they don't have color.
They're invisible against my skin.
Yeah.
Right?
Black people, whenever they say that they have ashy skin, that's like the tiny follicles being like the tiny pores that they're in being like obstructed, and then them scratching them out. And that's what a lot of like dry skin, what people call dry skin, is.
This might be silly, but I have to ask T. How come we all have a fingerprint that's a different fingerprint when the surface, the area is so small?
I'd like to answer first, and then T can go.
Oh, yeah. Or whoever wants to answer.
So it's
It's,
because having
yeah.
ridges on your fingers in the first place helps with picking stuff up and moving small objects, and the patterns are just random based on the blood flow at when your skin is being formed. Thank you for letting me go first, T.
Yeah, it directly contributes to our sensitivity. So one of the things that allows us the fine motor control and fine sensing control, the feedback loop that occurs that allows us to become things like Super Mario Kart speedrunning experts.
I'm the best at Super Mario Kart.
Right. That's really down to the structures of our fingertips, and the fact that they have ridges is what allows them to pack so many individual nerve endings into it. So there's like a lot of evolutionary advantages that get picked up along the way.
Tripling the surface
and
area
selected
with
for.
ridges, aren't you?
Yeah, you're tripling the surface area with ridges in order to increase sensitivity by increasing the number of net nerve endings.
Never even thought about that.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where there's a number. There's not one reason. There's a few reasons, right? Which evolution selected for along the way, right?
Even like other like chimpanzees and stuff have fingerprints. There's lots of animals that have fingerprints. All of them unique.
Thank you.
And the stripes on a zebra are formed the same way as fingerprints with blood flow during the like skin building process.
It's just so unfathomable to me that we could all have a different print.
I mean, they're just random. It's just based on the blood flow of your vessels at like skin formation.
Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't be impossible for two people to have the same fingerprints, but because there's so much variety in the fingerprints, I mean,
Well, if I gave you a piece of paper the size of your fingertip and said make 1 billion different patterns, it seems just impossible to me.
Except it's not. We've compared billions of fingerprints.
Right, I get it.
We know how fingerprints are formed.
For example, it's the reason why dogs can't run Super Mario Brothers. They don't have the fingertips. They don't have the nerve endings to do the fine motor control to actuate their fingers in the right sequences.
They have claws, not fingernails. So because we have the reason that we have fingernails is because we started fine motor function. Like, we weren't the first animals that discovered how to use like sticks to do stuff. Not even close. We found sticks that predate freaking all of humanity.
But I think speedrunning is like the ultimate example of like, what we evolved to do that nothing else can do. We can speedrun Mario, right?
I only play the original Super Mario Kart.
If you watch those guys are crazy with their hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speedrunners are awesome. Have you ever heard of he's not a speedrunner, but have you ever heard of the Spiffing Brit? He's an exploiter.
Yeah, I love the Spiffing Brit.
Me too. Nice.
Yes, a perfectly balanced game.
A perfectly balanced game with no exploits.
At all, right?
I love the dog one. He did like the Roman army, but with dogs. That was awesome.
No, he's actually, besides being a funny YouTuber, he's actually a very relevant person on YouTube because he has famously gotten crowds together to exploit and break YouTube algorithms.
Yeah, he did that. He's got a whole playlist.
Exploited YouTube, right?
Yeah.
A perfectly balanced game with no exploits at all. It's YouTube, right? And like in doing so, pointed out the flaws in YouTube's algorithms
Sure.
that then caused YouTube to make changes to their algorithms, right?
Mhm.
That's the Spliffing Brit right there.
I love the Spiffing Brit. He's just awesome. Oh. Very
Yeah,
happy.
you can tell I've watched him. Right?
Yeah. I love what his name intimates also. Spliffs.
Lovely jubbly.
Was it Yorkshire tea? Yorkshire Gold tea?
Yeah, exactly.
I like.
No, I love
Earl
the
Grey
way
hot.
that.
Oh,
like, you know,
Donald, how do you know about Yorkshire Gold Tea? That's my favorite.
Spiffing Brit. It's the only reason why I know about it.
I actually was drinking it 5 minutes ago.
Nice. Apparently it's good. I like Earl Grey. I've never tried English tea other than Earl Grey. I don't like Twinings though. I like leaf tea. Whenever I buy tea, I buy leaf tea, not dust tea.
So, does any of you guys know Jeremy from the Apes Room? Sorry, I'm doing my makeup.
Jeremy? No, I don't know Jeremy.
Of course we do. I know Jeremy.
Don't you think doesn't he remind you of Mudley the dog?
Sure, who
You know that
is.
dog that's always laughing? You know the evil dog from
Oh yes, you're right. Actually,
right? He has this like really evil grin. It's hilarious. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that.
Thank you.
He plays the villain well.
There's somebody who's got their hand raised. I've invited them. So, Lucien, are you still here? Nope. Lucien ran away. Lucien likes to accuse me of abusing my wife without evidence. Is there any theist on stage or in the audience who wants to come up and talk about their God? I love talking to theists about God. It's like my third favorite thing in the world. One being my wife, spending any time with my wife. I love that the most. And my family, of course, my cats. And two being learning all there is to learn about physics. And three being talking to theists about their imaginary gods.
I don't worship an imaginary god.
All gods are imaginary, just so you know.
No.
Demonstrate your God.
If I worship a cow, then the cow exists.
But that doesn't make it God.
But that's equivocation,
Yeah.
Majed. We had this discussion.
it's not.
Don't do
If
the
my
mental,
God
don't
is
do
a
the
cow-
intellectual masturbation thing.
No,
No, if
the cow did.
my
The
God is a
cow.
cow.
Stop. The cow doesn't have supernatural power, so it can't be God.
We've already discussed this, Majed. That's still equivocation.
It's not necessary to have a
It's
natural
equivocation,
supernatural.
Majed.
Yes, you
It's
have to have
equivocation.
supernatural powers to be God. You have to be able to. You have to be able to create physics and space time.
Yeah, otherwise you're just equivocating.
Yeah.
Right.
If someone is worshiping
Majed is still
Then
tree,
it's just
then
not
his
God.
God
Are you going to
You're
address
exists.
just
it as
redefining
equivocation?
God. I don't accept a
Are you going to
redefinition of
address
God.
that you are equivocating, Majed?
I don't know. It's equivocation.
Wait, it's a yes or
thing.
no.
So,
It's kind of a yes or no thing. You don't need all those other words. T, re-ask your yes or no question, please.
Are you going to address that you are equivocating on the definition of God? You're
I
changing
don't know
it
what
mid.
equivocating
Okay,
means.
so then maybe you should stop and listen, right? Equivocation is where you use the same word in two different senses. Because in the first sense, we were talking about God, the supernatural being, as depicted by the fictional character. Okay? You might find him in, I don't know, the Bible, the Quran, MCU movies, that type of thing, right? Okay? Then, in the second sense, you were redefining the word God mid-sentence to reference not a fictional character, but an actual thing, a cow. Clearly, That's not what we were talking about in the first case. We were clearly not talking about cows in the first case.
Because I can demonstrate a cow to exist. I can't demonstrate a god to exist.
Hinduism, maybe there are 1 billion people and then they have a god.
So
And
that's
sometimes
just
they consider it to be like
Are you going to
elephant.
address that you
So
were
that's just an
equivocating?
argument from popularity and a
Yeah, so
fallacy and
the word God can be used in a
is the
different way.
middle of a sentence.
No,
Phoenix. You
we're-
have to learn
I
how to
didn't,
control
I didn't
yourself.
say that they can't be used in a different way, Majed. I said you're using them in a different way in the same context, which is equivocation, right? If you want to
claim-
talk about, I'm not done yet. If you want to talk about Hindu beliefs and the fact that they think that cows are sacred, that's a separate conversation that we can have. And yes, in that conversation, we might point out that the Hindus think cows are gods. But that's still an equivocation because that's not the topic that we were talking about.
And I don't agree that cows are gods because humans invented cows.
Yeah, so the claim was that theists, the claim that it was that theists worship an imaginable god.
Imaginary.
Imaginary god. And I'm saying
Yes, you
that
do.
this is a misrepresentation because not
Yes,
all
you do.
But
theism
cows are
believe
not.
in
Yes, you
imaginary
Okay,
do.
gods.
so listen,
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna put all of this to sleep with one fucking sentence. Humans invented cows. Humans came first, therefore cows cannot be gods.
How come human invented
You
cow?
hear what
We
I'm
invented
saying?
cows
I'm saying
because
that
of.
it is a
Hang on, I was
misrepresentation
asked a
to say
question,
that
Phoenix.
theists believe in
Hang
imaginary.
on, I was in the middle of a sentence, Phoenix. I was asked a question. So humans invented cows because it was better for like working the farms. We started agriculture, and they could pull more stuff than we could. So we took wild ox and we domesticated them into cattle and cows and stuff. Same thing we did with dogs and cats.
We didn't invent cows.
Yes, we
Maybe existed
100%
before
invented
us.
cows.
Not because we started using it means we invented it.
Yeah, no, the domesticated cow we invented. All domesticated
I
animals
don't
were
know what does
invented.
domesticate.
All domesticated animals were invented by humans. That's what
Yes,
domesticated means.
Through a process of artificial breeding. That's how we invented the modern cow. They didn't exist before us going through that process.
We invented them.
What do you mean by domestic cow? Like the
So
real
there's
cow that
wild
we see
animals,
the
and
animal?
so you asked a question. There's wild animals and there's not wild animals. Domesticated animals are not wild.
Yeah, but you
Like
don't
a
think
Jersey
that
But
cow.
cows
Donald,
existed before
they were
us? Before
definitely
us?
wild once, right?
They
They
used
were
to be, but we
wild.
domesticated them. They used to be wild, but we domesticated them. And they were an ox.
Yeah.
when
Now
they
it's
were,
two separate populations.
Yeah, they were
as
an
a result.
ox when they were wild. So now they're
Right. Now it's
cows.
two separate populations, right?
They're still ox, but they're also cows.
So there
I
was
just
one
need to
population.
understand.
Now there's two populations.
You mean invented like discovering or invented
Oh,
like
no.
Invention and
We
discovery are
mean-
two different things.
Lana, quite literally, we mean made intelligent choices about which cow we wanted to breed with which other cow and directed that evolution until we arrived at the solution that we were looking for. That process is called invention.
Yes, it is.
Do you have any proof for what you claim, guys?
Of
Yes,
course.
the modern cow.
The cow.
Yes,
Let
the
me
modern
get
cow.
you.
Yeah,
Let
look
me
at a
get you a
buffalo.
study.
Like,
Let me get you a piece of paper that says that humans invented cows. It'll just take me a minute.
Yo, Wagwan, my nigga Don, or your
Please
black
don't use that word on my stage.
And also, don't use the word retard on his stage either.
Yeah, don't use that word on my stage, crazy person. I'm live on YouTube right now.
Yo,
Don't use
Donald.
that fucking word.
Don't use the word
Stop talking!
retard.
What's wrong with you? Don't do that.
Donald, you're losing it, bro.
I'm not
Donald,
losing anything
it's all
except
Relax.
for y'all being stupid. Don't be stupid. Okay, did people admit cows? Oops. Misspelled cows. There's a W. So, yes, humans effectively invented modern cows. Let's see if we can find a source. Seems like it's just a Wikipedia page.
I mean, come on, bro. I could tell you they came from buffaloes.
No, it was
They came from
ox.
wild
It was wild
buffaloes.
ox. We made cows from wild ox in East China. We can actually track the genetics to the single extinct population of wild ox that all cows come from. We can do the same thing with dogs too. I don't know if we've done it for cats yet. Let's see if we can find a source. There's just no good sources because it's so rudimentary. Everybody knows that people made cows. That's just silly to even like challenge. They were called wild orcs? Is that what they were? Wild orcs? Orcs? Why aren't there any wild cows? Because cows are domestic. Here, yeah, this is just a Wikipedia page, man. I mean, there's probably going to be sources at the bottom. I'll check it out. This is a long article. It's got genetic descriptions and stuff. This is a good article. Wikipedia is... Okay, here we go. We got like 38... Yeah. There's like, shit, 70, 80, 90, 100, 130, 150... So there are precisely 167 sources of 65 sources that support me saying that cows were invented. It's just the Wikipedia page. Just go to the bottom of the Wikipedia page. There's 165 sources that support that cows were invented by people. There you go. That's a silly fucking thing to say. I don't know why you would say such a silly thing. But there you go. My burden of proof is met. Now you have to demonstrate something
Donald,
other than
your burden of proof is met, but I would say more like modified. You know, not like invented.
It's not what?
Wouldn't you agree?
There's
Like
a lot of
modified
sirens behind
is
you. What
more
did
like
you say?
modified. Just modified.
No, humans invented cow. Oh my god. Humans invented cows. And this Wikipedia, the sources at the bottom of the Wikipedia article support what I'm saying. I'm not going to change my statement in any meaningful way.
Maybe we can call it genetic selection, but
It was
invention,
artificial selection
is that
using
going too far?
evolution. Artificial selection is evolution. Because we're changing the allele frequency in the populations over generations in a way that we want them to change. So it's artificial selection. Still evolution. We're using evolution.
Absolutely, it's the same concept.
Not
right?
concept. It's the same event it's like the same object of reality.
Okay.
It's weird that y'all say that evolution is simply a concept. When y'all say stuff is just a concept, it drives me crazy because like anything objective is also a concept when people are around. It's fucking stupid. It means nothing. Time is actually like a structure in the universe. And the concept of evolution seems silly to me. There's the theory of evolution. That's the scope of the body of evidence that explains evolution. Having conceptual
But Bill
evolution
Donald,
makes sense.
I mean, don't expect everyone to agree with you here. You know, you may
I mean,
have
every
some
scientist would
people.
agree. Every evolutionary biologist would agree with my statement. Every single one of them.
Absolutely, absolutely, I agree. But the thing is, you know, some people who are people of faith, you know, they
Are
take
stupid. I get it. They
things
don't
not.
understand things. I get it. But I don't have to misunderstand things just because they misunderstand things. But yes, people of faith sound stupid. I don't think they're actually stupid. Just their religion rots their brain in a way that they sound stupid. Once they get away from their religion, most of them are normal, average, pretty good, intelligent people. You just got to get away from their religion. Some people call it a cult. I agree, but I don't like to call it that because people have bad, like, reactions to calling it a cult, even though it absolutely qualifies as a cult. Even Christians call other Christians cult members. Like when I was a Protestant, everybody at my church would call a Mormon a cult member.
I think the reason is that Mormon religion. I don't know much about the religion, but I just heard that it's like pretty much modern.
I don't really
It's not one
care.
of the.
It was just an analogy. I don't really care about the Mormon religion. It's also false. It's based on Christianity. I was just making an analogy, man. So is there anybody on stage or in the audience who would just love to talk about the God that they believe in? That'd be amazing. A whole lot of people on stage. Don't know how many of them believe in God.
So, Donald, you feel
How
about
about you
Einstein?
talk about the one that you believe in?
I don't believe in a God. What was the other guy saying?
Yes, you
Yes,
do,
sir.
actually. You're lying to yourself if you say you don't. Because
You
you
used to believe in a
actually
God
do.
if you was a
That's
Protestant.
why.
No, I never actually
That's
held a belief in
why.
God.
You never
No,
did.
no,
Okay,
yes, you
you're
do.
just disrupting the room. So,
All right. So,
no,
what do you
I've
never
never
about
actually,
Einstein's?
I've never actually held a belief in God. I
All right, cool.
disproved Christianity when I was 8 years old, and
All right.
I went along with my dad forcing me to participate in the religion until I turned 18, and then I stopped.
Did he beat you if you didn't?
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, that's what Christians do.
Yeah, Christians
Back
beat their
then,
kids. They
even
abuse their
before then.
kids. They're horrible human
They beat
beings.
humans and slaves for centuries. So look,
Yep.
my question to you: what do you feel about Einstein's God of Spinoza?
It's not Espinoza. It's just Spinoza.
Okay, I was trying to make it
It's a
straight.
German
What do you feel
thing.
about it?
So I think that it's just redefining the universe as a supernatural thing that doesn't exist. Einstein had preconceptions that he wouldn't let go of that caused him to have particular conclusions that may not have been accurate to objective reality.
Because he was born a.
No, I actually don't mind Spinozans, but
He was born a Jew.
Einstein had this idea of lambda that held the universe in a static state. Lambda didn't expand or contract for him. It held it in a steady state, which is the opposite of what lambda says in math.
I believe he would have involved it. I think
What?
he would have actually revolved on. Yeah, I think that involved into it. I think he would have gained more interest in also quantum physics as well later on.
Oh, sure, yeah. He would have changed his mind eventually. I mean, we've already.
He would have seen what everybody else is doing and said, "Let me. I can't sleep. I got to take a crack at this."
Yeah, he would have changed his mind eventually. He just didn't live long enough to get the experiments that he needed. We have the experiments now that disproved what he thought.
I wish he learned what he learned when he was like 23 or something.
Say that again?
I wish he was like 23 or something in World War II with the same brain, same knowledge.
Well, he'd been studying math his entire life, math and physics his entire life. He started when he was a kid.
But he wasn't so good at school as a kid.
That's false. He was excellent at school. The rumors you've heard about him not being good at school were false. He was not good at English.
He could have been bored.
He was not good at English. He got lower than satisfactory grades in like language. He was German, so it would have been German. He was bad at languages. He was good at math.
He also wasn't a great father. He was a terrible father.
He was a what?
I heard
terrible father.
Donald. I heard he was an average student. Like he was just average.
No, he did good in math.
I heard he was an average student.
Yeah, math and science he did really
up.
good. Everything else he was about average. But I mean, everybody has their specialties, so that's just not. And as far as being a father, he'd never wanted to be a father. I don't even remember. I think he had 2 kids. He was like, because he was religious, he wouldn't use like contraception, and he wanted to have sex. But I don't think he never once said anything about loving his kids, wanting his kids, even caring about his kids. I never wanted to have kids. I made sure that I didn't have kids. My wife
Shot your
isn't
balls
even
off.
able to have kids. That was a coincidence, a good, happy coincidence for me, but a coincidence nonetheless. I'm out of coffee.
I think Oppenheimer had the same issue too.
What?
Was
Your
father
mic is
Oppenheimer.
garbage. Why are apologist mics always garbage?
Apologists. What do you mean apologists?
Religious apologists?
I'm not a religious. I'm religious.
You're not
You didn't accept-
religious? I thought you were
You didn't go through the
arguing.
scientific theory.
I thought you were arguing for God. My bad.
Scientific method you didn't apply.
Your mic is still hard to understand.
Shit, you must be dying.
Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about? Amadi? I guess not. I'd be happy to talk about whatever you want.
Wait, hold on. Am I better now?
Yeah, that's actually better, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that Bluetooth was dying.
Now it's back. So did you have some...
Electrons.
What about electrons?
Blue?
Now you're cutting out.
Oh, shit. All right, go ahead.
No, what were you saying about electrons? Try again.
No, I'm just saying my Bluetooth was depleting electrons. That's all.
Ah. I get it. Okay. So do you have anything else you want to talk about? No one else is talking.
So what is a feral cow?
A feral cow is just a cow that has been in the wild and doesn't like people. Feral doesn't mean wild. Feral is different from wild. I rehabilitate feral cats every day. It's my job. It's what I do. If you look up the definition of the word wild and look up the definition of the word feral, they are not the same at all. Feral is a domesticated animal
So what happens when you mix them? When you mix the domesticated with a wild beast?
Not a lot. Genetic drift sort of just washes it out because there's never a large population of feral, like domesticated animals out in the wild.
So a chicken is a tame dinosaur.
No, it's a domesticated bird, which all birds are dinosaurs. Yeah, all birds are dinosaurs. That's just definitionally true. You want me to go through it? I've got a whole page on just how dinosaurs are birds are dinosaurs. Sorry, birds are dinosaurs. Not all dinosaurs are birds. Crocodile's not a dinosaur. It's not a dinosaur,
right?
Yeah, crocodile's not a dinosaur. They came before. They were around
Donald,
before.
that's what I heard, but there's no...
Whoa, hang on. So, crocodiles came before dinosaurs. Now y'all can go. I muted you both, sorry. I needed to finish that sentence. Bruh, did you want to say something? Sliminy?
I wanted to say that there's like different theories about birds being dinosaurs.
You don't know what a theory is.
and-
I can demonstrate that birds are dinosaurs.
Let him complete his thoughts.
I am.
That's just what I wanted to put out there. You know?
See,
It's
he was
that
done. He was
it's
already
not
done.
definitive.
It is definitive.
It's just
It is definitive. I got a whole page. You want me to go through the stuff? I got a whole page on birds or dinosaurs.
Yeah, it actually is. They're bona fide dinosaurs. All birds.
All birds are dinosaurs, yes. That is definitive. No modern paleontologist would disagree with me on that one.
They used to have a lot bigger ones like ostriches.
Still got ostriches. Penguins used to be 5 feet tall. That was when the Antarctica was more in the tropic area, closer to the equator.
And their ancestors used to fly.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if you go far enough back, all birds fly or glide. I think raccoons or cats are going to be the species that take over the world if humans wipe themselves out. It's either going to be cats or raccoons.
Raccoon and cat. Oh man, there was a species that was cousins of humans. What the hell was it, man? It's like a creature that can glide. What the hell was it?
Cool.
God.
Squirrels glide.
Ah, it's not a
A
man. I gotta
squirrel
go
can
look at
fall
it.
from
It's
any
nuts.
height and survive. There's a video online of a squirrel falling from a 42-story building and surviving.
Yeah, because it slows down.
Mm-hmm.
It flaps on his limbs.
Yep. It's very cool. There's also if you like squirrels, go to YouTube and type in squirrel obstacle course, and there is just an amazing obstacle course that these squirrels
I
went through.
mean, a squirrel has a good chance of becoming an ape-like, well, monkey first, ape-like type of thing.
Sure.
And then, if it loses hair, it has a thumb. Eats meat,
They do have
So
and
thumbs.
it
why do
They
we
do eat
have
meat.
sugar gliders?
could be humanoid.
I think it's gonna be
Aren't they
raccoons though.
similar?
Raccoons are smarter than squirrels.
Aren't they similar to squirrels?
I was talking about squirrels, so yes, squirrels are similar to squirrels.
But no, I mean like those sugar gliders.
Oh,
No,
sugar
they
gliders are
some
monkeys.
people.
Sugar gliders are monkeys. They're not squirrels.
Oh, they're not from the same species.
No, they're of course not. That's why they're called different things. But sugar gliders are like primates. They're like very closely related to primates, not like squirrels. They're more closely related to like monkeys. I can get the exact taxonomy if you want. Let's look. Sugar glider taxonomy. Let's do that. So the sugar glider is Pteris brevis caps is a small arboreal nocturnal marsupial. So it's a marsupial belonging to the family of Pteridinidae, native to Australia, Indonesia, and New Guinea.
What's the name again?
Pteris breviceps. 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 Let's see here. Order Diprotodontia. That's going to be the same as like, which includes other marsupials like kangaroos and koalas. So they're like related to kangaroos and koalas. I was wrong.
Check out what I put in the chat.
Okay.
Look up that animal real quick.
Okay. Flying lemurs. Oh, I know a little bit about lemurs.
Yeah, just read it real quick.
Stop that. My club deck sucks. I'm working on it. All right. Oh man, my mouth is on fire. Yeah, I've heard of the flying lemurs. Nocturnal tree dwelling. These are mammals.
Right. It says that they're small Southeast Asian mammals considered to be the closest living relatives to primates, monkeys, and humans.
Cool. Kia, welcome. Feel
So
free to on stage.
Describe. Since you're looking at them, describe the way they look.
I closed the window.
Okay. Well,
Do it, I suppose.
let me see.
Lemurs are cute little furry things, as far as I know. Images. Oh, they're not all
Right,
that
they're furry.
They're a little furry, yeah, but yeah, they got like.
But
they got like
it's
actual
just
wings.
amazing. You're right. They got flaps to glide,
Yeah.
right? But when you look at them, it's like it's amazing that we're actually related to that. So it's
We're
cousin
related to
would have
all
been
life.
our ancestor.
We're related to all life. All life is related. It's amazing to think about that. 4.2 billion years ago, a tiny population of useful organisms came around that spawned us all. We're bacteria, we're fish, we're all kinds of cool shit. Turns out we may have started as viruses, actually. They found a transitional virus for like all of life, for like Luca.
Virus are inanimate at the same time. Like they're living, but they're dead at the same time.
Well, they're just not alive.
They need a
They can't
host.
be. They can't be
They need a
dead because
host.
they're just not alive. They don't meet all of the requirements, so they're like a transitional species between organic material and living tissue.
Well, I do think that life comes from inanimate.
All life
Right?
comes from
You
non-life.
put them together, now they work together.
Because all life is chemistry based, and chemistry is not organic.
Right.
The theist wants you to think that it's supernatural. That you have to have a god to have life, which is very fucking
Yeah,
silly.
you need Merlin spinning a wand, and it all comes up.
God saying, "Let there be." That just means that God has vocal cords and lungs and a diaphragm.
So when they describe the how God looked, it says that obviously, like you can't look at him directly, right? But
Well,
if you
no,
do,
you can look at his
it's like the
bum.
sun.
You can look at his bum in the Bible.
His feet is burnt. Somebody saw his back. He has 7 stars in his left hand and a sword coming out his mouth. Eyes are like lava. I mean, and hair white, like silver white.
Very weird.
And that was creating the universe.
What did his voice travel through if there was nothing?
Exactly. You need a medium. So it was lip singing, lip talking.
I need to go make coffee and get water. I've only been here for 3 hours. Greetings all to you too, Kia. Soldula. Does anybody want to have a conversation? I'll talk about pretty much anything to pretty much anyone. I love talking to theists about God, though. Alright, I'm going to end my